That is what the Nigerian factor offers. Now we are still struggling to tap into the fullness of the traditional energy source. Others have left us longest time. Would you believe that India began to tap into biogas source of energy since 1837? 1837. Nations of the earth are tapping into wind source of energy. We have free field all over the north, where wind is moving at more than required speed, which can be tapped as a source of energy to help the nation move forward. But lack of character has been the constant undoing of our nation. Our nationhood is threatened today by people with negative intelligence, always working against the well-being of the people. About 7 power stations are supposed to be in full swing come 2008. Altogether, that will move us to 10,000 megawatts. And that's a lot of improvement. However, we need 25,000 megawatts to enter the realm of uninterrupted power supply. And that will tell you how long it will take. And if they're having these challenges at every point, then there's a challenge. And that's why institutions like ours cannot downplay the issue of character. Otherwise, we are adding more to the problem and not solving it. Solar energy is old technology in many places. We are not even there. As far as recognizable amount of energy being generated from sources. Our power plants, the newest, apart from the one they are just commissioning now, is 17 years old. Some are 23 years, some are 25 years. And as long as the Nigerian factor is not properly handled, we will be trailing behind other nations. And for how long? That's why it will be my joy to have 50% of students who will not comply with our training module out than keep them here to add to the problems of our nation. If by testing this on 4,000 customers there is problem, 3HCN boasts of 540,000 customers to deal with. So you can imagine how much they will run around. Almost every invention suffers a counter-invention in Nigeria because of the Nigerian factor, which is a killer disease. I pray that you will be part of the solution and you will not be part of the problem. I pray that you will be remembered for being part of that solution and not a part of the problem. We have always blamed the government. The Nigerian state is at a most deplorable level. The human factor, the human capital is rotten. And that's why the system is not opening up to development. Well, because of the epileptic power supply, about 90% of industries in the eastern part of Nigeria have shut down. That means unemployment increasing because the factories are no longer producing. They cannot compete favorably with other products that are imported if they have to supply their own energy. There was a month here, last year, when Covenant University consumed 14 million of diesel in a month. 14 million of diesel before we succeeded in connecting to the main grid, which has brought down a bit. Now, you can imagine producing things that will go to the market, you are gone. Now imagine what I would do if I see some people vandalizing such a thing. That is what you are expected to do. Call the appropriate authorities. I could send some movement out here. Please catch them. I'm waiting right here until you meet me here. That's how to be a part of the solution as we go on. My prayer is that you will not be a disappointment. I'll read one passage of scriptures tonight as you depart from here. Matthew chapter 7. And verse 16 to 20. And this is what it says. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit. But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree, listen to verse 19, that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. And verse 20, wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. I'd like you to put this down as the topic of this short charge. Chracter, custodian of destiny. Chracter, custodian of destiny. Life without character is heading for crisis. Your real worth is not the certificate you hold. Your real worth is your person. And your person is defined by your character. Your fortune answers to your character. In my place, they say character is the king of fortune. Iwa. Loba Awure. What fortune you assess is a function of the character you possess. Also, it said in my place that character is smoke. So you can't hide it. Anywhere you go, the smoke shows another Nigerian is here. Let's be careful. Another Nigerian has emerged. Let's watch it. Another evil perpetrator has come. Be careful. Efi Newa. Character is smoke and we always betray the lack of it wherever the man is found. A number of our governors are now in prison custody. Yesterday they were Your Excellency. Your Excellency, sir, an address of 3 minutes. Excellency is about 10 times. Your Excellency, Executive Governor, not governor now, Executive Governor. Now, the governor of Louisiana, I think, in America, one of those great governors, had one state contractor painted his house. A state contractor painted his house, and he didn't pay him. He went to prison. A state contractor in his state offered to paint his house as a gift. He was removed from office. There is no immunity, Professor Ajayi. the immunity here is designed by the devil. There was no immunity. He was removed from office and sent to the prison. Who was this governor? He was a candidate, one of the candidates for the vice presidency to George Bush. That's how high he was in their party. And then expelled from the party. For lack of character. Lack of character. He's supposed to be completing his term, maybe last month or this month, as a celebrated governor. Paint, not that he built a house. He helped him repaint his house. Maybe he was doing bad day. He painted the house for him. Mobile, Nigeria gave one of my sons in the Lord a contract, and then the December complimentary things they give, like diary and all that, so he gave them. And they said it is in their law that nobody should give them anything more than 5,000 worth. When they calculate what you give them, diary must not be more than 5,000. So they now said there is a report that what he gave them is a little more than 5,000. So his contract is being reviewed on that basis in Nigeria. And now one governor took 17 billion one day. And they say because of immunity, they cannot attend to him. So there is no level you get to that your destiny is secure without character. There is no level you get to that your destiny is secured without character. There is no level you get to that your destiny is secured without character. There is no level you get to that your destiny is secured without character. I may not be surprised, and I don't think a Nigerian would, to have some of those governors spend the next 15 years in prison. Some maybe 21. Some will even be forgotten there. Looking for how to get back what they have taken because of lack of character. You may not know what Covenant University is doing by helping to give your life a shape to secure your tomorrow, which is so colorful, but with the devil may want to end up in regret. Your own life will not end up in regret. He said that anything that does not bear good fruit, what happens? Is cut down and cast into the fire to continue the struggles of shame and reproach. Is cut down. And I'd like you to get ready for when you are coming. We are going to be very busy cutting down all disalignment at a rate we have never known in Covenant University because of a few things that our eyes saw in managing the last set. So the first semester will be high-level discipline, the kind you've never seen, and we are going to pluck out everything that does not belong that can spoil our product from the system. So you are free not to come back and go somewhere else. But we will maintain our position because we are not owing no dime. Your school fees has no bearing on our budget. But your life is more meaningful to us than giving you a death certificate to carry. Mugabe just lost the University of Liverpool. We revoked his certificate of many years because in their law it is stipulated that certain positions will make you lose the certificate of this university, and they consider he has already passed that level. So the old man, a certificate that was over 30 years, was revoked, that he properly earned. So instead of making you go through that kind of stress, since you don't come in line with where we stand, why don't you go somewhere else and get your dead paper and live your dead life? May I say this one more time? Character is of utmost importance at Covenant University and will not be traded in for anything. Security men are all over the premises now to deal with 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 people that they may find. And I'm already here as a policeman to handle such cases. It doesn't require anybody running up and down. It's in the law. There are things you cannot do here. They are not permitted, and you knew about it. And all you do is to decide whether you want to continue here or to find your level somewhere else. Nigeria is running heavily towards the ditch. We must recover her. And this army of people will be the one God will use to recover Nigeria. People will not bow to the to the graven image of the king, but uphold the integrity of faith, godly character. Godly character. There is a word of difference between charismatism and character. Beauty is deceitful. Oration is no credential. Your real worth is your makeup. And your makeup is your character trait. What is he worth? He's a liar. Don't mind him. What of that one? No, he's unstable. That one is unreliable. That one is too greedy. That one, that's your definition. Who is the man? That's what they're asking for. You sit for an interview in a very high something. The first question is, who are you? Who is Mr. Joseph? Gabriel, tell us who you are. And then they begin to ask you what they have found about you. That's different from what you are saying. Now defend this one. I think it's time to wake up and do something real good. It was Mike Murdoch that said, you don't decide your destiny, you decide your habit, and your habit decides your destiny. Because your habit is what defines your habitat in the ultimate. Where you find yourself tomorrow is a function of your habits today. A wise man once said, and I've quoted that to you several times, those of you who have been around here for some time, sow a thought, and you reap an act. Sow an act, and you reap a habit. Sow a habit, you reap a character. And sow a character, you reap a destiny. I mean, it's very simple. So the evil thoughts that is not dealt with will graduate to an act. An act that you persist in doing will become an habit. An habit that you are developing will become a character. And the character will become your characteristic, what defines your person. That's your person, that's your destiny. I'd like you to go this time, therefore, and sit up. Sit yourself down. Today, you are a baby of your parents. Tomorrow, you'll soon be married, and they will ask you, when are you going to your house? So what you don't know today will show tomorrow. What you don't learn today will expose you tomorrow, and may you not end your journey in regret. That's so important. I'd like you to please take note of that as you go your way. I close with this advice. The greatest threat to godly character is wrong company, wrong association. It's the greatest threat to godly character. In my place it is said, a sheep that walks about with a dog will eat a Chracter. How many understand what I'm talking about? That is, any dog, any sheep that keeps company with a dog must eat a Chracter. Must eat. It's normal. Why? It's easier to come down than to go up. And because the dog belongs to a lower level dignity of animal, it's easier for the dog to pull down. Come in here, Macaulay. Macaulay, man of God. Come. He's a very heavy man. Just come this way. Now, it costs me less to bring this man down. Amen. Come up here. Now, it takes you a lot to take me up. So the dog will always pull down the sheep to its level of shame and reproach. There is no way a positive character can survive around a negative character. There is no method. And your Bible says, be not deceived, evil communication corrupts good manners. So good manners is at a risk, going about with evil men. Don't mind them, Jare. What is a Covenant University for what? Let's go out and smoke. You see, be a good guy, you know. You should smoke. When you smoke, you go high. First Corinthians 15 and verse 33. Be not deceived, evil company corrupts great destinies. So if you open your eyes and start going about with dogs, you will soon start eating a Chracter before you know it. Are there people from Maduguri here, please? Anyone from Maduguri here? Is anyone from Maduguri in this place? I saw a site in Maiduguri 1993. What was this site? I think 91. One of the elders in our church, his name is called Elder Sonye. He's a great committed Christian. He had two pets in his home. One dog, I told that story in the church last Sunday. One dog and one goat. And this goat and the dog were the only two pets in the compound. So they gave the goat a what do they call that kind of pet name? And the name of the goat was Beauty. And goats by culture don't wag their tail. Do they wag their tails? Because there is no much tail to wag. But every time they call Beauty, it's short tail. The same way the dog would do. And then Beauty began to eat literally excreta the same way the dogs eat. So when they told me the story, I said, call me Beauty, I want to see it. And call me the dog. And with my eyes, they called Beauty. And he came. And they threw some dirty things, the kind that only dogs eat by culture. And both Beauty and this dog, the name Beauty is overwhelming, so I didn't know the name of the dog. It was just a dog. And then they were eating it together. Then I remember my old grandmother's proverb, Aguntan, tí ó bá bá járìn, yóò jẹ̀gbẹ́. So every time any boy comes in to visit with me under the tutelage of my grandmother, he will ask me, Omatani, whose child is that one? When I say so person, they fight in their family. That's not the company to keep. And she teleguided me until she teleguided me to greatness, to stable character, to proper behavior. Blessed her departed soul. One fellow came to see our daughter some years ago, and the way she dressed, I got to my room, to my study, I called downstairs. Is that love? He said, yes. Who is that person? I said, I don't want to see her now in 2 minutes, out of this compound. I saw some of our students at the parting get-together that the final year students had, the graduated students had, and I addressed them on it yesterday. It's a shame, some of them. You'll be mistaken for a harlot before you know it. They call you as a brothel girl before you know it. There is a packaging that connotes your royalty, that displays your dignity. If you don't know that at this point, away. It's just normal. You were not in church, but I read a poem for them yesterday. You can't eat your cake and have it. You either think legacy or you think fantasy. You either think a future or you get caught up in the webs of irresponsibility of the present. Have you ever seen a man with braided hair being president of a nation? Even nature depicts him as an irresponsible person. Have you ever seen any man with earring being made president of a nation? The most secular nation, the one that don't believe there is God, believe that such individuals have no brain. So your packaging is so crucial in enhancing your destiny. I do hope that you not go and eat a Chracter with dogs as you leave. I went to the mountain to pray in 1982, December 31st. And what was the prayer? Oh Lord, separate me from people that are not going forward. Make my eye blind to things that do not edify. And then make my ears deaf to things that do not build up. Pull me out of the company of busybodies. And I cried to God that whole night. It was not a resolution, it was a cry of the heart. And from that time, God began to guide me more intelligently in what relationships to keep and which one to break. And I was breaking with ease and rebuilding positive ones with ease. I don't have a careless friend. That's why my life is not a careless life. The cost of lack of character cannot be compared with the pain of good character. So let's go for the pain of good character, and we have unlimited gains in the pursuit of life. Your career notwithstanding, your character will betray you if you don't have it. There are pastors in prison today. So if there is no hiding place in ministry, then is there anywhere where there is hiding place? In America today, there are more pastors are coming to the prison the same way ordinary men are coming to the prison. In Nigeria today, there are many pastors in the prison. And many more perhaps are working their way towards it. Because lack of character will always betray whosoever is a victim of it. Governors are caught. Presidents, all of that. Even the name Abacha today is a problem, isn't it? To say your name is Abacha, you want to change it. Or they may think you are the Abacha that even the name smells because of the level of atrocity that was perpetrated. And that is presidency. So if at that level, dignity is still not secured, then there is no hiding place for lack of character. Character is doing what is right, no matter at what cost. Saying what is true, no matter what you have to pay for that. And giving yourself the kind of appearance that connotes where you are going. Please understand this, that if you truly have a vision, nobody will appeal to you to cultivate a great character. Because of the vision of Joseph, he could not be messed up. His vision, he was too focused on his tomorrow that he could not be distracted by the folly of today. He was heading for it and he got there. You will get to your place. I know there are people here that have been ordained by God to be liberators of their generation in various fields of life. You will not fall into a wrong hand. Therefore, as you go, some of them are waiting for you to arrive. come again. You have built some spirituality, you have built some character, and then they are waiting for you to arrive. And they wake up, oh no, I've been waiting for you. I thought you will arrive about 5 hours before now, but now that you have come, there is a dinner. Let's go there. And this dinner, you have to dress 1/4 naked. The one of tomorrow is half naked. The one of next tomorrow is 99% naked. I say, I know you will come anyway. Yeah. And then with your eyes open, they drag you. And then you constantly say, but I gave my life to Christ. I dedicated my life. I said, stop now, I'm also dedicated to Christ. And they carry you on. You will not be caught in the web. You will not be caught in the web. Please know that you will not always be a child of your father. You will soon become a friend if you behave, and grow to become a helper of your parents. That is what to look at, not a concern. Not where are you going, we don't know where you are going. That's what it takes. It takes godly character to secure a great destiny. Stand to your feet.